just talk about the relationship between you and Caleb and how that's grown the last few weeks and how you feel like he really grew up today as a player.
Well, he said the right words at the beginning. He said, "That's my guy," and that's what I feel back at him. Like, that's my guy, and that's true across the board of all the quarterbacks in our room, and I feel like we kind of bond together, and we just kind of feel like we're on this journey together. And I've told them a quote that I wrote for myself when I came to the University of Toledo when I decided to leave Plant High School, that said, "An honest man on a genuine journey will always end up where he's supposed to be." An honest man on a genuine journey will always end up where he's supposed to be. And I talked to Caleb, and I said, somehow, like, here he was in Detroit, and, there was another star that was brighter there, but Caleb was the one that kept putting up numbers and putting up numbers and putting up numbers. And I went to watch him, and I said, this guy is the steal of that class. Like, he might be the best player in the nation in that class. And he was loyal to his coach, Chris Farr, operated as a second father to him. His wonderful mother raised a child with a golden heart. And I think at the end of the day, we look at football, and here's the confidence that we had to shake in Caleb, was we had a bad practice about 3 days ago, and it's just some of the stuff you saw today, But Caleb started hanging his head, and I'm like, not going down that way, right? Not going to happen that way. Because the one thing that Caleb feels deeper is that he never wants to let anybody down. And he felt like he was at that moment. And I'm like, man, you're the quarterback. You have the football in your hands every play. You're gonna do good. You're gonna do poorly. So you got to pick your head up. Never put your head down. And this guy, as I said, from his mom and his coach, one of the finest human beings I've ever met.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you. I just want to say one more thing. I know that a lot of people don't always appreciate you all, but our sport doesn't exist to the height that it exists without you all. And we've appreciated people every single day in our program. And I know sometimes that gets kind of conflicting with all of you guys, but I just want to say, for me, I got to do it for 2 weeks, so I'm going to say it one time. I thank you all, too, for what you do for these young people that makes them what they are. Maybe one day I'll come down here to live. I'd like to do that.
Okay. Well, proud of our football team to hang in there and find a way to win. Thought we got a little stale there in the second quarter, came out in the second half and found a way to go up 21-3 and thought we were somewhat in control, and then they started to drive the ball and got some scores on us and made the game close. Offensively, we did better in the second half, controlling the ball and running the football. But give them credit. They fought hard and fought to the end and made it a close game. But our guys, we've had games like this all year long, so I'm proud of them to staying together and playing to the end and just find a way to win, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, it was awesome. Obviously, they're phenomenal players and been great for us all year. I think that kind of stuff really shows up in the 4-minute deal when the other team knows you're trying to run the ball, and they're selling out to stop the run, and those guys can still make guys miss and get first downs and put the game away. So they're phenomenal players, and obviously super honored to have the opportunity to play with them this year, and excited to see where their careers go from here.
Miller, one last time in this jersey, one last time at the collegiate level. How does it feel to be able to go out like this?
It's been a wild ride, to be honest. I feel extremely grateful for the opportunities that I've had, for the opportunities that Coach Brohm, the University of Louisville, have afforded me. I've kind of seen it all, in terms of like death threats and losing my job and whatever to knocking off the number 2 team in the country and playoff contention and stuff like that. So I feel like I've gotten the full kind of college football experience. Don't really feel like I have anything left unturned, and like I said, just super grateful for the experience that I've had here and just throughout my career.
Mike's are here. Pass it around. Here you go, folks.
Clev, defensively, obviously, when they have a lot of turnover, the way that they did, what was that game plan process like to make sure that even though they were rolling out their third-string quarterback and they have a whole lot of turnover on the offense, to be able to still execute and neutralize?
Just every day you got to realize the opportunity that's in front of you. It's just another game for us, just going out there, having an opportunity to compete, win a game. So we game plan just to make sure that we can stop them every way possible and come out with a win this game.
I've been going to the Boca Raton Bowl the last 4 years, and this was the most exciting because it was close, as Doug and I were talking about. And I'm very proud of how both teams played. But so Miller, I spoke to both your parents. Your mother said she's so proud of you, and your father said he's a hero when we need heroes. Do you have any comments to what your parents said?
No, I mean, I don't know about heroes, but I'm super grateful for them and everything that they've sacrificed to invest in both me and my sister. They've done a phenomenal job as parents, and I'm super proud to be their son and be a part of our family.
Clev, I guess you guys were able to get the field goal in the first half, but what did you feel like was working to were you able to keep them from scoring any touchdowns in the first half?
I think we were just a confident group. We know what we've done all year. So just continue to go out there, put pressure on the quarterback, give him different looks to continue to make him struggle. And that's the reason we were able to come out with a win today.
This is for coaching Clev. I was talking to Miller on the field, and he said that he felt like this game really encapsulated the perseverance you guys have shown all season. How do you feel like this team continued to just grit things out as things got bad and then could get better?
Well, I think it's a sign of a great team that just continues to work hard, continues to fight through adversity. So not many teams are going undefeated, so you're gonna lose at some point. You got to know how to handle that. Unfortunately, we had a couple in a row that were tough, and these guys responded, and to come back and beat our rival the way we did was a great victory. And then to kind of stick with it this game and play to the very end and pull it out again and finish with 9 wins, it's a credit to our team. We talk about, we'll be judged when the season's fully over. And to get 9 wins again was a good showing. And so I'm really proud of these guys. They played hard, and they played to the end. And these two guys next to me really were great leaders for us.
Just for Coach, what did you say at halftime? Because you played with more energy in the second half. It seemed like you guys were rocking the second half.
I wish it was that easy. I think, we came out and executed better in the second half on offense. I think we scored 3 out of 4 times we touched it and then ran the clock out at the end. We had a little more balance, ran the football, made a few more plays. Our defense was steady. And then finally when we got a lead, they started to make a few plays and scrambled and threw a couple shots up the seam and then hit us on it. But you know what? These guys, you don't have to say a whole lot. You speak the truth, and you just want to play hard. I did want to play with more confidence. I thought we were a little bit down and lost some of our juice in the second quarter just because we weren't executing the way we wanted. So they did. They played with more confidence the second half and played hard, and that's what you got to do to win.
Coach, Isaac is a just home run hitting running back. Literally any time he touches the football, he can break it off for that 53-yard touchdown. How nice is it being able to have a guy like him in your backfield?
Well, I credit Isaac. He'd been banged up. He came back and played hard, and I don't think he was 100%, but he wanted to contribute, and him and Kiwan both really did a good job. They're a little rusty early on, I thought, but they found a way to kind of hit some creases. We called a couple plays in the second half, I thought, that fit their style a little bit better and fit what we were going against. And, Kiwan runs through people, runs hard, and Isaac, when he gets some space, he can take it to the end zone, and he showed that again today.
Jeff, a couple months ago, obviously your name was floating around for the coaching search there at Florida. Now Michigan seems to be in the mix now. I mean, can you just comment on that? Have you or any of your reps had contact with Michigan, or just, yeah?
Well, I don't speak on other jobs. I'm happy with this one and happy about the victory, and we're going to enjoy that. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.